Hi, what's up everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is of course the voice of hot dogs, and we are back for another installment of The Sims 4 Survivor Oasis, and we have made it to the merge. We are down to our final group of contestants, and they are all coming together and they're making a brand new tribe. So this tribe is the Sandstone Tribe. Obviously it's a mix between the Sand Trap and Nook Stone, and their new tribe color is yellow, so everything is decked out in yellow. The campsite is a bit of a mix of the other two tribes as well. It's a house that's under construction, however this time it is a two-story house, so a bit more deluxe. However, not the best house either. As we see, we have a pet rat this time that Jenna is feeding, but there's a few more of those that she needs to feed as well. She'll find that out here in a bit. But as you can see upstairs, from a ladder, there is a kind of like a playroom with a bar and a hookah and bookshelves. There's also a bedroom upstairs and a bathroom that's open to the elements. Downstairs we have a full kitchen, another bedroom, and a living room. We see in the backyard we have Bella, Tina, and Richard hanging out back there. Richard's woodworking while Bella and Tina are gardening. I did forget to bring all those vegetables over from Oasis and their other tribes like I meant to. Completely forgot about that. So unfortunately they're going to have to go ahead and replant all of those. Hopefully maybe I can speed them along so that way they actually get something out of it, but either way it gives them something to do. And here is the front yard. So in the front yard we have a little pond area that Fabio and Brian are taking advantage of. As we saw in the last episode, Brian came back from Oasis, and this is his first time being around everyone in almost 2 weeks or so. And Vesepia is back there taking full use of the new basketball court. Meanwhile, Jenna has made her way to the backyard as well, and that is where the main bonfire is. Like always, you can download this campsite and all my other ones on the Sims Gallery at Singleton RW. Again, these campsites aren't like the shows, but that's not really what I was going for. I wanted to move them to a brand new neighborhood, this one to be a lot greener. As the season went on, I wanted them to have a more green campsite, a more Oasis feeling. So they have moved on to a nice neighborhood. All the houses around them are falling apart just as much. They're still covered in piles of cars and trailers and everything like that too. So it is still an apocalyptic, nice neighborhood, but they've still upgraded, that's for sure. However, they don't have all the luxuries like you would still want. Their bathroom is open to the elements. That is still really hot. We've actually made it through winter time, so by the time they're actually getting here, it's spring towards summer, so the heat is back on, and I'm expecting a lot of sunburns, that's for sure. We see that Eliza has came outside to bond with their new bees, and it seems to be going pretty well for her. So who knows, maybe Eliza will be mother of bees. I could kind of see that happening. But yeah, there's a lot new skills for everyone. So of course we have all the old ones from the other tribes, but we also have added like a beekeeper thing. We also have a nice hot tub as well. We have a few other things added and sprinkled on throughout the campsite. So I don't know, I really like this one. I hope you guys do too. And I just really like this theme. If I ever do Survivor again, I will do more classic like beachfront Survivor, but I just feel like this one is so unique, so different, and I would really love to see Survivor spice it up a little, so I thought I would do that for them. And I really like this house, and it looks really cool at night and stuff too. I can't wait for you guys to see it and explore it a bit more, and hopefully on your own. As you can see, the kitchen is also open to the elements. There's a whole wall missing, and everything's still pretty exposed and back to basics. And even behind them, you can see that's actually where the hot tub is, tucked away back behind the kitchen. So potentially you could have a conversation with someone in the kitchen while you're chilling in a hot springs, which is kind of fun. I mean, you can also people serve you food. Maybe I'll do that for a luxury competition or something. You'll see actually behind the kitchen there is an easel that people can use instead of the spray paint. I don't actually think I have any spray paint on the line. I think it's just the easel. So I kind of changed that up a little bit too. I can't really remember if it's a different skill point or not. I don't think so. We have Jenna, Tina, Eliza, and Richard hanging out here in the kitchen. They're all kind of sitting at their new dining room table, drinking water and just relaxing. I have put a keg out there, but they haven't really seemed to notice that yet. And there will be no luxury competition in this episode, as their luxury now is this much better campsite. Them all being together, them all being at Merge. So there will be no luxury competition. Instead, we will just we will just be seeing how all of them get along and interact now that they're all together as one big happy family. And I gotta say, I really do think this lot looks beautiful. I really outdid myself, especially with the neighborhood and everything like that. And just the weather and how green the grass looks. It looks just so like luxurious and nice. We see that Fabio and Brian are still just practicing out in the sun, talking and bonding, while Bella has come to join Vesepia outside. Richard is inside the bathroom and he's just flirting with himself in the mirror. Which honestly, that might be me. Like whenever I want alone time, I'd probably go to the bathroom, and that's what I do now in real life is I just hide in the bathroom and sometimes I stare and flirt at myself in the mirror. So, that's kind of realistic, I guess, even though it looks ridiculous. We have Nina, Eliza, and Jenna hanging out in the kitchen now, all kind of relaxing and gossiping. I feel like everyone's mainly just taking turns chatting in individual rooms, like, ooh, let's go to this room now and talk, and then go to the next room. That's pretty much Fabio and Brian's plan now that the sun is really hitting them. They're getting a bit too hot to be outside, so they do end up heading inside. Same with Bella as well. She follows the boys inside, leaving Vesepia outside by herself playing the b-ball, but she kind of is in the shade. I was thinking today actually how summer is coming, and I'm pretty excited about it. However, I don't know, I like spring temperature wise, but my allergies are killing me, and just like seeing all these flowers and sunlight, and like my nose is already tingling. Like I've been sneezing so much, so many sinus headaches. Wow, sinus headaches. We see that they've kind of mixed it up in the kitchen. Now it's Nina and Jenna, Fabio, and Brian. They're all kind of hanging out drinking milk or water. I don't know what that is. And this really seems to be like a big hangout area. I think it's just because of the table and chairs, but and it being like kind of connected to the inside and the outside, it seems as though like everyone tends to get to find themselves in there and having a conversation in the kitchen, which I mean, I know a lot of people hang out in their kitchens. I personally do not, but I do know that's like a thing. Let me know down below if you hang out in your kitchen, but it really does become like the main hangout area in this campsite now. It used to be like the campfire and stuff like that, and it started becoming the kitchen on the Red Tribe when they finally won one, but it really is now here on the yellow Sandstone Tribe. Got get used to saying that. Yellow Sandstone. Brian has come over and the two boys kind of hung out and broed it up outside. They still haven't fully noticed the keg stand. I thought that they were going to go out there and do the keg stand just now, but nope. And as we see, Nina shoots off a rocket, and I was kind of like, what's going on? Like, I wasn't too sure, so I had to, like, exit off and look at the notifications just to see that not only is it Love Day today, which is fun. I should, like, you know, amp up the romance, see if I can get some woohoo action. But not only that did I get that notification, I also got the notification that Brian tried to steal Fabio's wallet. This is not the first time Brian has done this. Previously, he had done that to Johnny, and it caused him and Johnny to be huge enemies with one another. And they have gotten into like a fist fight, I guess, in the actions. You saw like when they glitched, I guess that was supposedly what happened. And now we see that Brian has like a bruised eye. He was obviously unsuccessful because none of them have anything, and it just pissed Fabio off. Fabio is fine, I think. I don't necessarily see any bruises on him. But he goes and like takes out his anger in the gym that they have. And just kind of runs it off. So, I mean, Brian, first day back and already making enemies. Who would have guessed? Who would have known that that would happen? Too bad he is not given any special powers or anything so far. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. We see that Vecepia has come upstairs to use the bathroom, and Richard and Eliza seem to be having a little bit of a private conversation. One-on-one. I honestly think these two should get together and they would run this camp. They're like the two masterminds. They've had experience with almost everyone. They have good relationships with almost everyone. So I think they could really, cause a hurt in here on the Sandstone Tribe. But before anyone really sees anything or gets too suspicious, they end up separating and go separate ways, and Eliza goes downstairs while Richard plays around upstairs in the bookcase and the bar and stuff like that. Back outside by the kitchen, we have Brian, Tina, and Bella hanging out by the keg stand. I think potentially maybe there's like flowers in the way of it or something. I'm not too sure. I did move some stuff around because I was like, look, I spent, 50 simoleons on this. This is your luxury. I didn't make you compete for it. Freaking use it. So eventually they do get around to using it. Brian goes over and taps it. And he does it without an issue, which I was pretty proud of. Usually they always mess it up. And Bella instantly is like, I need you to lift me up and do a keg stand. Like, we need to get this party started. We're all finally together. You're back from Oasis. Like, let's go. So they do a keg stand, and it's going pretty good. But as soon as Nina comes out, he gets distracted and drops Bella. So I'm not sure that Bella's going to be too fond of Brian here on out. And Nina fills herself a cup up of, it kind of looks like weed juice because it has like a bee and a leaf on it. Maybe that's base menthol. I don't really know. I know one of my videos got copyrighted because I put a base menthol link on it because I thought you had to put links to things. Apparently not. Eliza has gotten attacked by spiders while she's outside, so I still have all those lot traits attached to this campsite. So just because they've moved on up, got a bigger and better campsite, does not mean that they aren't immune from bugs or bad things happening to them or just hating, like getting bad moodlets while they're here. This isn't Oasis, okay? Brian is back from Oasis. No one's going to Oasis, and this isn't it. So just remember that even though it looks nice, doesn't mean it is going to be a nice campsite, and they are all one by one going to find that out. We see that everyone has pretty much gathered in the backyard now, that the keg is fixed, and Bella has done a successful keg stand with Vecepia. So Vecepia got it done. Brian could not, which I'm not surprised by in the slightest, like at all. Brian has eventually made his way up to Eliza upstairs, and she seems to be kind of cornering everyone one-on-one upstairs. I'm not too sure if that's necessarily her strategy or what she's going for, but every time I see her, she is like in and out of conversations. She's really trying to make her rounds and make sure she's good with everyone now that they're all together. Bella kind of walks in on the conversation, and all of them actually notice that there are rats running around. So no, the rat from the cage earlier didn't escape, but there are a billion rat homes throughout the house. This house is infested in rats, and it really becomes a problem for not only the castaways but myself, because all of them are constantly just freaked out by the rats. We see that Brian, Nina, and Jenna were all hanging out in the very, very yellow living room, but they all slowly one by one left Jenna, and she seems to be kind of annoyed by it while she's sitting there eating some food. And Eliza slowly makes her way out there too. Now there is only one bathroom here on the tribe. There is multiple bushes scattered throughout, but there is only one bathroom. And also an annoying thing about the bathroom is that it is exposed to the elements. So, someone could just be outside on the balcony or something, and they won't be able to use the toilet because they're shy. And I should have probably installed a stall, but I didn't feel like it. I wanted to be mean. And it's really making everyone suffer. We see that Eliza and Nina are working out, and Tina and Richard has made his way in there, but of course he slips. This time, at least he slipped on the newspaper. Like, it looked realistic. He wasn't just slipping on random things. And instead of doing the chicken dance, he embarrassingly leaves while all the girls laugh at him. Such bullies. But I would have done the same thing, honestly. And it stopped all of them from working out. Now they're all just standing there stretching, groaning, and complaining. So all of them are probably going to go try to find a bush now to go pee in. That's pretty much everyone's objective, is going upstairs to see if the toilet is in use. And then once they get up there, they usually get distracted by the rats, and they stand there freaked out. When they finally do remember that they need to use the bathroom, someone's probably in there, like this, how Fabio is just standing in there, just hanging out, taking in the scenery, and it totally prevents someone from going in there. Or when they get stuck by the rats, they get distracted and do something else, like get on the hookah or get in bed. So that upstairs area, that landing above the ladder, is a very dangerous place for the Sims. They always get stuck there, and it's a huge hassle for me. So just know that going into this for future episodes, and if you download the house, that area is no good. There's too many rats in this place. And then I was actually surprised Nina went outside and bonded with the bees, which I didn't really think she would do. And it went pretty well, which I also didn't think would happen. I could kind of guess it from Bella that Richard would be totally comfortable peeing in front of her, since they've already had sex. They've already woohooed. But Jenna is surprising. She's just totally comfortable being there as well. So he's just openly peeing. However, when he decides he didn't have to just do a number 1, he had to do a number 2 too. He says, Jenna, you gotta leave. You gotta get out of here, Jenna. Bella, you can stay while I poop. I don't mind you seeing my stinker, but Jenna gotta leave. She could see me pee, but not poop. So I like, finding out Richard's, where his morals stand, where he stands on things. Meanwhile, Jenna is stuck having to go to a bush where she goes and throws up. What a reaction. What a reaction to seeing Richard naked and peeing. Is that she just goes downstairs and immediately pukes in a bush. Meanwhile, downstairs we have Tina, Fabio, Nina, and Eliza. And Eliza got a face mask on. She's trying to relax. She's trying to help her skin out. I'm surprised they just get those. I don't know if it charges me every time they use it or what happens there. But they're all kind of hanging out while Bella comes in and starts cooking herself some food. Too bad she almost instantly forgets about cooking the food, just gets distracted and leaves the burner on for a little bit. And decides never mind, and just goes and sits down at the table. I don't know what she was doing, burning herself, seeing if the oven worked. I'm not sure. And Eliza's kind of going around being the mom of the group and cleaning. I really think she's kissing up to everyone today. She wants to make sure that she is good to go. I love Eliza, and she is playing the game non-stop. And I don't think this is even, an exception. Cleaning, she's not doing it for herself. Not at all. She's doing it for everyone else. Richard is outside playing some basketball, enjoying the afternoon sun as it slowly sets on day 20. Whew, what an eventful 20 days these Sims have gone through. And what an eventful 2 months I have gone through. This series has been crazy. We see that Eliza is now peeing herself while wearing a face mask and trying to bathe herself, and it kind of works. She peed herself because she couldn't use the bathroom because Jenna was showering. So she's just looking through the slots in the wall, looking at Jenna showering, knowing that it's not ending soon. She just pees herself. Meanwhile, Vesepia actually ends up making her way outside to one of the front bushes to use the bathroom. Oh, what a rough life these Sims are going to live. And it doesn't get easier from here. It's only going to get harder as we count down to the finale. After this episode, we have 9 episodes left. Just because it's merged, it is crunch time. This is basically the semifinals, you know what I mean? And things are going to get pretty serious in these next couple episodes. That bush is becoming a pretty serious situation as well. Before Brian can even get to the bush, he ends up peeing himself. So Everyone's kind of going through it. They're all drunk. They're all pissing themselves. There's rats everywhere. So it's a very fun merge party they're having. I think it's a success so far. We see that Bella is chowing down on some peas finally. She says, I don't gotta cook this. She turned the oven on earlier and said, nope. And instead got herself a cold bowl of peas to munch on. What a delicious breakfast. Vesepi has joined them. And honestly, every time I see Tina and Fabio together, they look like mother and son. Like, I feel like they're secretly related. If I was on the tribe, that would be my conspiracy theory. I'd be like, them two have something going on. They are mother and son. And like I said, this landing up here by the ladder is a death trap. Everyone gets stuck up here because there's like 4 mouse holes all around and the bathroom, and you got to climb a ladder. So everyone's pretty much distracted up here while Brian has successfully made his way into the bathroom. Too bad Tina has come around the back end to try to steal it, and she is not able to, as Brian said, you know what? All you guys want to use the bathroom? Let me just take a bath. Let me just take a really nice, relaxing bath for a really long time. Eventually, Tina just ends up walking in, but Brian isn't even fazed. He doesn't even get up, embarrassed. He just continues, and they just have to sit outside and wait, as the sun is now fully set on day 20 here in the Sandstone Tribe. Eliza has gone to bed, which I don't blame her. It's been a pretty long, eventful day for everyone. And everyone else just kind of patiently waits, smelling the puddle of piss and waiting to use the bathroom. And of course, Nina is trying to get with Fabio, while Vesepi and Jenna talk quietly as Richard and Bella sleep in the downstairs bedroom. Richard is laughing and having a really pleasant dream. So that's good. I can't imagine that I don't enjoy having dreams, good or bad. They just kind of weird me out, but I can't imagine I would have good dreams while on Survivor. But I'm glad that he is. I'm surprised he's not sleeping in the bed with Bella. But whatever, I guess. I mean, he is gay, so... Finally, Nina decides to clean up the pee before she ends up heading to bed, and Tina actually makes her way into the bathroom to take a shower before she goes to bed. Brian doesn't even leave the bathroom, though. He's still out there on the balcony eating some like oatmeal or something and evil laughing while looking at the night sky. I mean, goals. That's he's like, I've made it back, and that's how he spends his night, which respect. Jenna is looking around, I think trying to decide where she wants to sleep, while Nina has called Fabio into the downstairs bedroom, where she's decided to give him a gift. And I'm not actually too sure what it would be. It would have to be something around camp, because they don't really ever have anything in their pockets, but he doesn't seem too impressed by it at all. He really didn't care for it. And I'm sure she's not going to take too kindly to that. But I'm not sure why she's surprised. He's been rude to her continuously throughout this weird relationship that they've had. So it seems very him. We see that Jenna has decided to sleep upstairs. And eventually Fabio does go back outside, meet up with Nina, apologize for how he acted. Tells her he likes the gift. And of course she's back to falling in love with him. Before she does her nightly workout. And that is how we're going to end day 20 here on the Sandstone Tribe on Sims 4 Survivor Oasis. So, one episode down. Again, sorry that we're not following an exact Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule this week. I've been kind of slacking, and right now I've just completed night 2 out of 11 nights, so only 9 nights to go at work. So it's gonna be a long, busy week for me, but I hope you guys like the new episode, and I'm not too sure when the next one will be updated, probably in a day or two. And we will be back with a new immunity competition where the tribe will compete in individual immunity, where only one of them will win immunity and be safe from tribal council. So find out who that is, and until then, follow me on Twitter for the latest updates of when I'm posting, and of course hit subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified, and make sure to like and comment down below. I love talking to you guys. I want to hear you guys' opinion about the new tribe, and I love all my beanie weenies, And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.